Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. So, in this short series on meditation, um, I explained that in Patanjali's Yoga, the end of chapter one, right there between about 140, basically to the end of chapter one, so 152, uh, we've got this really a process that unfolds where Patanjali goes on to explain, the steps one would take to improve the fitness of one's mind. We find out here, right there in the middle of chapter two, most scholars believe it's the heart of the Yoga Sutra, that the eight limbed path, right? Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, dharana, concentration, dhyana, meditation, samadhi, absorption. Like those final three limbs, the internal limbs, we have concentration. Obviously, meditation can't come without concentration. Um, Absorption can't come, samadhi can't come without meditation. Right? So it all kind of hinges on concentration. Now, if we were to kind of edit parts of the Yoga Sutra and splice them together, we would find that the end of chapter two actually fits very nicely into his final three limbs. And that's the thing. Patanjali ideally wants us to make the mind fit and ready for deeper concentration through the techniques that we, Savitarka, using the object and, allowing, the periphery of ideas to, or excuse me, the periphery of images and ideas that revolve around that object to, kind of bubble up in the mind. It's like a loose form of focus or attention. So, if we're focusing on a tree, we might think of a forest. We might think of leaves. We might think of mulch or something like that. Then, in Savitarka, that's Savitarka. When we get to Nirvitarka, of course, we're just trying to focus on the tree. We're trying moving things seems to be steps prior to getting to this. Uh, the gaze can be very useful. But if you're going to meditate with your eyes closed, that's why transcendental meditation is so effective, right? Because it's a mantra that you just repeat over and over in your mind, which you can use. So, like I mentioned in the previous video, right, we might rely a little bit on some of our morals that we find in, the yamas and niyamas or beyond, right? I think I'm going to use respect today, right? This idea of respect. Now, there's going to be, if I'm practicing Savitarka, the number of things that come up around the idea of respect can, of course, just be simple, and of course, is in its definition and how one would act on that definition of this word respect. So it all comes down to those, seven letters? Something like that. Right? The seven letters can be the object, which I'm going to choose that to be. And, this is kind of nice, right? If I'm practicing Nirvitarka, like I did yesterday with contentment, certain images came up in my mind that were outside of, the single word of contentment, right? It's different faces and situations in my life popped up, but ultimately I was trying to focus just simply on the word itself. Well, now let's get started. Sitting up nice and tall. Eyes closed if you'd like. Hands resting. Ears, shoulders, hips aligned. Choose your object. Tarka. Always practicing with a healthy dose of detachment. As we begin here, all right, begin to, I want you to be upright. There's There's also a deep softening in the body, a deep loosening in the body. Your mind fixed on that single object. I'll keep time.